Hello everyone, how's you? This is Dr. Sonam, your biology teacher. Welcome back to Empower Tutorials. And so today we are going to move ahead with the next part of our chapter about the cell cycle and the cell division. So just give me a minute, let me share screen. Meanwhile, you all tell me what was the question that I gave you all for homework. What was the activity question? Yes, the activity question that I had given you all for homework was to find out about the significance of mitosis. Yes, we've studied about the cell cycle, in which we studied about the interphase first. In that, we studied about 3 different phases. Then we went to mitosis. Then we studied about mitosis. So yes, significance of mitosis was the question given. We will discuss that in detail. And the topic for today is meiosis. Some people also pronounce it as meiosis, but meiosis is the correct pronunciation. All right, chalo, let's go to the next part. So yes, like we always begin with a positive quote. So one day or day one, you decide. So what does this mean is, this says that you keep postponing things and say that one day I'll do this, one day will come where I'm going to achieve this. So you want to keep constantly waiting for that one day to come in your life, or you want to make today that day one. So you start today and you start doing things that you want. So this is basically saying like procrastination is the thief of time. As in, you keep postponing things. Those things will never happen. That one day will never come. So make today that one day and make it the day one of your goals. So start achieving them, start working on them. So if it's going to be one day, someday later in life, which might or might never come, so it's going to be that one day, or today is going to be that day one. It's up to you all. Okay, kids, chalo, let's go ahead. So today we are going to be talking about meiosis. Okay, so now firstly, in basic, we should know that the human body is made up of somatic cells and gametic cells. Okay, soma means body. We have discussed that soma means body. Somatic cells are all the cells of the body. And what are gametic cells? Gametic cells are nothing but the gametes. Now, gametes are what? Gametes are the sex cells, which is the sperm in the male and the ovum in the female, right? So we have 2 types of cells. We have the somatic cells and we have the gametic cells, right? Clear? Okay. So now next what we are going to see is the human body cells, that is the somatic cells, divide by mitosis, which we have studied. Mitosis is also known as equational division, right? Because the same number of chromosomes get replicated in the 2 daughter cells, correct? So that is mitosis. Now the gametic cells divide by meiosis, what we are going to see today. Okay, and always remember the somatic cells are diploid in number. Diploid means 2 times, double. Okay, so we never say human body has 46 chromosomes. We always say it has 23 pairs. Okay, so 2n means 2 into 23, which equals 46 chromosomes. Okay, and the gametic cells are haploid. Haploid is the opposite of diploid, which means single. Haploid means they are not in pairs. Okay, in meiosis that we will see now in the gametic cells, the chromosomes are single. They don't come in pairs like they come in the somatic cells. Okay, always keep this in mind. Meiosis takes place in the gametic cells, which are nothing but the sperm and the ova, and the cells are haploid, which is single in number. Okay. Yes, so coming to the quick preview of what we've seen last time, we've seen interphase in the very first session of our cell cycle, in which we saw about the G1 phase, that was the preparatory phase, the S phase, that is the synthesis phase, the G2 phase, that is the pre-mitotic phase, right? Then we saw the phases of mitosis, which starts from interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and then there is cytokinesis, which is the division of cytoplasm. So the first 4 stages are known as karyokinesis, which means splitting of the nucleus, and cytokinesis is the splitting of the cytoplasm, right? So we have seen this earlier. Now what my question was to you, what is the significance of mitosis? So significance of mitosis is, we study about the growth, right? We come to know about the growth. The growth takes place because the cells are dividing and then multiplying. So growth is happening. Mitosis helps in the repair of the worn out cells. Worn out cells as in our skin. We see an injury one day. After 7, 8, 10 days, you won't see that injury. So that layer of skin is gone. So what is happening is the cells are repairing. The upper layer is shed. The upper layer of skin gets shed, right? So new cells are formed. So that is the repair of worn out cells. And it helps us in the study of cancer. What happens in cancer is the cells keep multiplying. Cells बढ़ते जाते हैं, बढ़ते जाते हैं. Cancer is nothing but abnormal growth of cells, right? So mitosis helps us to study cancer as to कहाँ growth हो रहा है, क्यों growth हो रहा है, excess growth कैसे हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है. So cancer research में mitosis plays a very important role. Okay, so this is the significance of mitosis. Now going further to meiosis. So process of making of sex cells, that is the sexual reproduction, is taken place in the process of meiosis. Okay, now it is a reductional division. Now what do you mean by reductional division? When we talk about mitosis, we say that it is equational division. उसमें क्या होता है, जितना पेरेंट सेल में क्रोमोसोम्स होते हैं, दो डॉटर सेल्स में भी इक्वली उतने ही क्रोमोसोम्स होते हैं, करेक्ट. बट व्हाट हैपेंस इन meiosis is it is a reductional division, मतलब रिडक्शन होता है क्रोमोसोम्स का, करेक्ट. सो द क्रोमोसोम नंबर इज हाफ by meiosis. meiosis में क्या होता है, जो पेरेंट सेल के 46 क्रोमोसोम्स होते हैं वो नेक्स्ट स्टेप में हाफ हो जाते हैं, which means it becomes 23 and 23. So the daughter cells do not have the same number of chromosomes which the parent cell has in meiosis. Okay, so from diploid, meiosis converts the chromosomes into a haploid number. Okay, and now another new thing that happens in meiosis is there are two divisions which take place. ठीक है, माइटोसिस में एक ही हो रहा था जिसमें वो 4-5 फेज हो रहे थे. अब माइटोसिस में there are two divisions which are taking place, so we will call them as meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Okay, now we will see what happens in meiosis 1 and what happens in meiosis 2. Okay, so now you see this cell that you see here, this is the parent cell which is diploid. ठीक है, it is 2n, that means it has 46 chromosomes. अभी एक parent cell हमने लिया है. Now first division which is happening is known as meiosis 1. ठीक है, first division is known as meiosis 1. उसमें क्या हो रहा है, दो daughter cells are formed and what are their chromosome numbers? 23 and 23. Remember, this is not 23 pairs. Now we are not talking in terms of pairs over here. ये 46 जो है is a number. We are not talking in pairs, we are talking in terms of the total number. तो ये यहाँ पे total number of chromosomes है 23 and ये 23. ठीक है, this is not pairs, keep this in mind. So what is happening is reductional division is happening in meiosis 1. एक parent जो cell है which is having 46 chromosomes, that is giving rise to two daughter cells but with half the number of chromosomes each. ठीक है, तो ये first वाला जो division हो रहा है, this is known as meiosis 1, also known as reductional division. ठीक है, now from this step of meiosis 1, जो next division होता है which is meiosis 2, that division is nothing but a equational division which is mitosis, which is similar to mitosis. अब इसमें क्या हो रहा है, ये 23 है, this is giving rise to two more daughter cells which are having 23 chromosomes, right? It is having the same number of chromosomes, that means it is a equational division. Similarly with the other daughter cell, this is also giving rise to two more daughter cells which is giving rise to 23 chromosomes each. So in meiosis what is happening is we are having 4 daughter cells in one cycle of meiosis. ठीक है, mitosis हमारा क्या हो रहा था, meiosis हमारा यहाँ पे stop हो जा रहा था, mitosis हमारा यहाँ पे stop हो जा रहा था, where one cell was giving rise to two more daughter cells, correct. But what is happening in meiosis is two steps are happening. First step में chromosome number half हो रहा है, one parent cell is giving rise to two daughter cells which are haploid, and those two haploid cells individually are giving rise to two daughter cells each by the process of equational division, which is similar to mitosis. Okay guys, is that clear? Are we clear? Yes, chalo, let's go ahead. If you all have any doubts, please post them in the comments. We'll discuss them next class. Okay, so now जो first part हो रहा है जिसमें chromosome number half हो रहा है, अब उसका significance क्या है और वो half कैसे हो रहा है, that we are going to see in meiosis 1, which is the reductional division. First step क्या हो रहा है, chromosomes are condensing. Now this is very similar, chromosomes are condensing in the first stage always. ठीक है, उसमें क्या हो रहा है, 6n suppose है. Now this is just a number for example. ठीक है, if there are 6 chromosomes which are present, So 3 are going to be from the father, 3 are going to be from the mother. This is just to show about the parent and mother combination. So if the total number of chromosomes, whatever are present, उसमें से half are going to be from the father, half are going to be from the mother. ठीक है? अब step 2 में क्या हो रहा है? Chromosomes are arranged in homologous pairs here. Okay, they are arranged in pairs. Homologous means what? What is homo? Homo means similar, belonging to the same kind of say species or same kind of type. So homo means same. So now these chromosomes are coming up and forming up into homologous pairs, correct? Now see, so now why they are showing blue and red color here? Suppose say blue is going to be denoting father, it is denoting father, and red is denoting that the chromosomes are coming from the mother. Okay. So now second step पे फिर chromosomes bind हो रहे हैं और arrange हो रहे हैं in homologous pairs. ठीक है? उसके बाद क्या होता है? These chromosomes that you see here, you see there is a crossover happening over here. ठीक है? ये दो क्रोमोसोम्स का या दो होमोलोगस पेयर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम्स का ये जो क्रॉसिंग ओवर हो रहा है, ये जो पॉइंट है क्रॉसिंग ओवर का, दिस पॉइंट इज नोन एज द कायस्मा. CHIASMA is known as the chiasma. So this step is known as the chiasma formation. Chiasma में क्या हो रहा है? दो क्रोमोसोम्स जो है वो कंबाइन हो रहे हैं एंड रिकॉम्बिनेंट जो उसका जो रिजल्ट है, दे आर नोन एज recombinant chromatids. अब ये क्या हो रहा है? Why this is happening is some features are coming from your father, some features are coming from your mother, and when the chiasma formation is happening, that is when it is getting mixed. That is when we are going to see variation in the offsprings. As in, you don't exactly look half like your mother and half like your father, right? Is it like 50-50 लगते हो आप, half like mother, half like father? No, right? There is slight variation. So this slight variation happens because of this chiasma formation. ठीक है? जो information या जो gene exchange या जो gene का information रहता है, that gets combined, which gives the offspring or which gives the baby a slight variation in its character. Okay? Have you understood what happens in meiosis 1? Step 1 में क्या हो रहा है? Chromosomes arrange हो रहे हैं, condense हो रहे हैं. Step 2 में they are getting formed in homologous pairs. They are coming in homologous pairs. And step 3 में क्या हो रहा है? The crossing over of chromosomes is happening. Now what is happening in that crossing over? The point where the crossing over is happening is known as the chiasma. Okay, and the resultant chromatids which are formed are known as recombinant chromatids. Why are they formed? How are they helping us? They are helping us to give variation in the offspring. Okay guys, are we clear? So see, this is our cell. It is having a maternal chromosome, a paternal chromosome. Then first next step में क्या हो रहा है? Homologous pair form हो रहा है. Homologous pair form होने के बाद देखो यहाँ पे recombination is happening, chiasma formation is happening. Chiasma formation हो जाने के बाद the first reductional division will take place, which will give rise to two daughter cells. ठीक है? ये two daughter cells आ गए. अब ये parent cell में 46 chromosomes थे, ये daughter cell में 23 है और ये daughter cell में 23 है. Correct? Are we clear? Then the second division is going to happen, which is similar to mitosis, which will have all the phases of interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis, and so on. Okay. So then this 23 wala parent cell is giving rise to two more 23 wale daughter cells, and this similarly 23 is giving rise to two more 23 daughter cells. Okay. Is the process of meiosis clear? Now the daughter cells which are formed, ये जो हमारा यहाँ पे recombinant chromosomes बने हैं या फिर जो ये हमारा homologous pair बन रहा है, okay, so ये पूरा pair daughter chromatids में नहीं जा रहा है, daughter cells में नहीं जा रहा है. Any one chromosome is going to be in each daughter cell. So each daughter cell is going to receive one chromosome from the homologous pair. Now that one chromosome could be the maternal or could be the paternal one. ठीक है? Okay, are we clear with this? Okay, what is the difference between mitosis and meiosis? Okay, now we've studied about mitosis in the last class. We've also discussed about it today, and we have seen about meiosis today. So one very basic thing what we know is mitosis is an equational division, okay, and meiosis is a reductional division. Okay, now mitosis happens in somatic cells, meiosis is happening in gametic cells. Then Mitosis, we saw that the number of chromosomes are diploid. In meiosis, the chromosome numbers are haploid. Correct? Mitosis, where there is only one division which is happening. Meiosis, where there are two divisions that are happening. Correct? So yes, what other differences can anyone recollect? Okay, so let's see now. So mitosis is occurring in all organisms. Meiosis is happening only in plants, animals, and fungi. Like we discussed, somatic cells and sex cells. This involves one division. This involves two successive divisions. Mitosis produces two diploid cells. This produces two haploid cells. Two haploid cells you can say, or you can say four haploid cells, because at the end of two divisions it produces four. Correct? Now, in mitosis, the daughter cells are equally genetically identical. Correct? Why they are identical? Because same number of chromosomes are there. Whereas in meiosis, they will not be same. Firstly, because same number of chromosomes nahi hai. Secondly, because recombination ho raha hai of the maternal and paternal chromosomes. Correct? Then this creates 8 human cells. It creates a human cell with 46 chromosomes, correct, like we saw. And this creates a human cell with 23 chromosomes, like we saw. Now, coming to the similarities. Similarities are very few. That is, it starts with a diploid parent cell. It has 46 chromosomes when it starts, then it produces new cells. It has some basic steps. Of course, the basic steps are common. The cells undergo DNA replication. Of course, DNA replication is going to happen, otherwise the chromosomes would not be formed. Right? So are we clear with what is mitosis and what is meiosis? It's very important, guys. This chapter is really important from point of view of your portion, your chapter, and it is a very scoring topic, trust me. Okay, so please study about it. Go revise about the cell cycle, the interphase, G1, G2, S phase, then about mitosis, about meiosis. So yes, I'll see you all next class, and next class we'll be discussing an extremely interesting and a beautiful topic. Okay, we will be talking about genetics in the next class. So yes, guys, see you soon and stay tuned to your favorite channel, that is Empower Tutorials. I'll see you. Bye.